So, hello guys, good evening. How are you? I hope all of you are safe during this pandemic and all that. अच्छा, हमारे बचपन की यादें कितने अच्छे थे ना. We used to come home after school, or when we used to grow up as kids, we used to love watching cartoons. I mean, cartoons were mostly used to be watched as a family show or just entertainment as kids and all that. So, but as kids, we used to generally go into realms of fantasy and all that. Yes, this really used to happen. We used to picturize ourselves in that thing. Like, we used to watch shows such as Tom and Jerry, Dexter, Scooby Doo, all those things. So we used to actually imagine ourselves. Like, I used to actually imagine, like, यहाँ मेरे बगल में we had this thing called Scooby Doo. There's a small dog right here. So what so today I'm actually going to be discussing or talking about like cartoons. I'm going to be talking about the topic in general, how it has been throughout the years since we were kids and now how it is, what are its impacts on on the current generation and all that. So that's what we're going to discuss today. So cartoons are, I think all of us know what are cartoons exactly. So cartoons were originally meant for entertainment, but over time we can also see and think that cartoons are actually also can be used for influencing the brains of younger kids. I mean, as I've seen people after they see cartoons, they get influenced by them. Like, suppose a particular cartoon was doing a particular action, so slowly they will say, okay, this is good. This, if they idolize that particular cartoon, they will try and copy what the protagonist of that serial or anime is doing. So straight into it, it can be used for entertainment purposes. Like, and we used to have such great serials and animes back then. I think the most popular, I mean, what we used to have were the Flintstones, Popeye, Tom and Jerry, Dexter's Laboratory, Scooby Doo, Dragon Ball Z, and so on. The list never ends. Johnny Bravo. So we used to have a whole list of them earlier. Now, we used to also have feature animated films based on characters such as Aladdin, Snow White, those kinds of things. So आजकल इतना बदल गया है. The current generation, I think now what is happening is that we have remakes of the original. Like, we used to originally have Tom and Jerry, and we used to have one more like Ben 10 and all. Now we've got remakes. I mean, they've made it, but I don't know. I feel as if the originality of that thing is gone. Animations अभी टेक्नोलॉजी बहुत एडवांस हो गया है. पहले we used to have 2D and drawing type. Now we've got 3D motion pictures. We've got even if got a 3D real film of it. Like, we used to have The Lion King in 1994. It had released. Now we've got an action film based on that. All 3D real. We had Aladdin in 1992, 1994, and now we have a real feature film of Aladdin. So what I'm saying is, we've come a long way from what we were as kids to now what the current generation is seeing. However, if you see back then, each cartoon that we used to see used to have a particular theme or a franchise or running this thing basically. So what we used to have was अभी let's just compare, like पहले के ज़माने में we used to have let's take Popeye for example. We used to have this great sailor man kind of thing who used to go, and we all used to see he used to get his strength from eating tinned spinach or something. Yes, tinned spinach. So now these days it has been now we see animes like Chota Bheem and all. So those kinds of, in that they show that the boy gets strength from eating laddus. Earlier, and I think we've all often heard that earlier spinach, and even now spinach, is actually good for health. It improves our immunity, etc., etc. It's good for our brain. It's good for our systems, body system, etc. Now, laddus is also good, but in the long run, it does not really give as much benefits as it should give. rather as a dentist I can, there are lots of other things that can be caused due to lactose, so let's not get into that. Then we used to have other people like Johnny Bravo. We can, who can forget that Hulk yellow-headed person? If you would have noticed, he used to go behind girls. He used the people he used to try impressing and all that. They, by his antics, they never used to, instead ulta they used to hit him and go. However, the instances where he genuinely helped people, that time they used to compliment him and he used to feel happy and all. So at that time the moral used to be that you should be nice to the opposite gender. You must respect them, you must help everybody, those kinds of things. Then now we have nowadays we don't really see those kinds of earlier we used to have what do you call this, we used to have a lot of, like, we had Dexter's laboratory back then, that used to say that you should study, you will have a great brain, and people used to actually get influenced by that. मैं खुद बता सकता हूँ अपने दर्शकों को कि I used to actually keep my room like as if, yes, this is my lab, this is my private place and all that. Yes, I accept it. So after that we came down to the 2000s. At that time we used to have things like what did we have then? Doraemon had come, Shinchan. अभी तो उसके remakes भी बनना शुरू हो गए. उसके remakes मेरे को पता नहीं, I mean, it did not have the same vibe as the original in the concept of design and all that. I mean, outlines अभी इतने वो हो गए, like as if you're actually just drawing and then animating then पहले ज़माने में you did not have that kind of a thing. But we used to have that time, I think to early 2000s में 3D movies had just started, 3D animes had just started to come into the thing. We used to have what? Motu Patlu has just recently come. Pehle we used to have Pingu and all. There's a small little penguin in Antarctica and all that. So those were the kinds of things that we had, and now we have things like what we have instead of Tom and Jerry. Now mostly we have Augie and the Cockroaches. We used to have Tom and Jerry. Now uska remake ban gaya hai. So basically originality is, I think, now slowly declining due to all that. So now I would like to just drop on. Let's just talk about what cartoons, like how they influence our kids and the current generation. What I would say is that cartoons basically, like, for a small child, they instruct, like some of them we used to have, like Mickey Mouse, though it was an all favorite cartoon for entertainment, some of them used to be promoted so that the small kids who were at home could pick up basic shapes, numbers and all. So they can be used to teach children that, like, afterwards they can, like, this is one, this is the color yellow, etc, etc. So cartoons can be used that, suppose people watch violent cartoons or cartoons which only show violence as a slapstick comedy or something, they will get influenced by it, they will become aggressive. Those kinds of things again can happen, and that they won't feel remorse, they will show aggression towards their friends and family members, बिकॉज उनके दिमाग में ये बैठ जाएगा ना कि हाँ कार्टून देख रहा हूँ, ऐसे कुछ नहीं होता है, ऐसे ही मार देंगे, खुश हो जाते हैं, वापस आ जाएंगे, they'll come back just like that. So I feel this is one of the disadvantages of this thing of cartoons. Advantages I have already mentioned, that it can be used for educational purposes, it can be used for the fun time entertainer. अच्छा, बच्चे क्या हो जाते हैं कभी कभी, they get addicted to a particular kind of cartoon. I mean, एक होता है कि they idolize them and get learned, एक होता है they get addicted. वो डिपेंड करते हैं what they get addicted to and how it can influence them. I feel ये मुझे लगता है, क्योंकि अगर if they are influenced and they are addicted to a particular good thing, like we used to have reality comedy shows like Takeshi's Castle, we used to have Teletubbies तो था, so those kinds of things we used to have for instructional things. People used to love them, and Teletubbies were actually meant for the younger generation, but reality like Takeshi's Castle and all, they used to be for the general audience. It used to be a family show, everybody could relax, enjoy, laugh themselves out, lighten up, those kinds of things. अभी आई डोंट थिंक अभी ऐसा हो गया. पहले के ज़माने में जैसे से यू हैव टू स्टडी, यू हैव टू बी काइंड टू एवरीबडी. ये अभी आ जाते हैं ऐसे डोरेमोन करके. अच्छा, आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट आल्सो शोज दैट यू हैव टू लर्न एंड थिंक, बट देन इट गिव्स लाइक यू हैव अ पॉकेट इन विच यू कैन टेक आउट अ गैजेट विच कैन डू सो एंड सो फंक्शन. We can have this kind of thing in the future, but I feel अभी तो I don't think इसकी ज़रूरत पड़ेगी अभी, क्योंकि it will take a lot of time before we even think about that. So I believe right now we should focus on how to react towards society, how it can help us to learn those kinds of things. I think cartoons is good for us. Now I'm probably sure there are a lot of this thing like how can you help in what do you call it, how do you make your kids watch so and so thing. The thing, short and sweet, you can't. I mean, kids are kids, you can't really control them on how to watch. But I believe that since each show has a particular time of running, you can probably start making your kids watch a particular show at a particular age group which you feel right. I mean, pehle you can show them basic entertainment, this thing like Mickey Mouse, how they were. Then gradually as they come into the learning phase, you can show them like this is, you can show them things which show color, like this is the number blue, this is the color blue, number 1 to 10, those kinds of things. Then as they grow older and they become more mature, then they probably will be able to understand what they say and what kind of cartoons and all they should watch. So ultimately I feel cartoons can both be good, bad. However, I mean, it all depends on how the users use it and how they feel it is. So in the end, I think I'd just like to conclude and say that you should know what to watch. You should know about how it was. I think as far as our generation is concerned, we know how we have grown up, what kind of animes we used to watch. Those were really, really nostalgic and memorable. I mean, I can still imagine us all being like that. We used to idolize them and all that. Abhi, obviously, I have to say that remakes, abhi, we have to become more original, creative. I mean, for our future generation, hopefully, all my friends who are going to be animation experts and cartoonists in future, थोड़ा originality दिखा लो, थोड़ा मतलब create something new. It'll be fun to watch everybody learn, come up with something new, innovative, so that all our friends and family can have a brighter generations in future. And I would also like to tell all our viewers that please ensure that the kids in your house don't really watch anything violent or sadistic, at least at a very early age. Once they slowly grow to be more understanding, then slowly probably they should be able to enjoy those. So those are the points I would like to put across today. And apart from that, I would also like to say, please, you have to be careful around you. Please do not be influenced by shows telling you can go out and all that. You must know the reality of our scenario currently. So that's all for today. I will shoot another thing. I hope to catch you all very soon. Till then, stay safe, take care. Bye.